Okay, so today we're going to do the HUD. One of the key things about the HUD is having a good concept of how you want the HUD laid out on the screen before you actually start. So, like, say I wanted the bottom left to be health, bottom right to be ammo counter, bottom middle to be score. I want the health to actually have a bar as well as text. So what we're going to do, I've just taken the aim down sights tutorial here and I've removed the zombies from it that we put in for the respawning, or the score counter, excuse me. So what we're going to do is we're going to make another manager, and you do that by going to Objects, Miscellaneous Pivot, and then click somewhere on the screen and drop your manager. Then what we're going to do is, like I always do, I store them in the chest of the player, so I'm just going to move it in there. It does not matter that those pivots are stacked like that. It'll be okay. And then we're going to come in and we're going to find that pivot. The last object you placed in the scene is always at the bottom of the tree here. And then we're going to just call that HUD Manager. Alright, so we're going to take that HUD Manager, we're going to dump it in the player. And then we're going to go into Assets and delete that. I do have a cheat copy of the old HUD script in here, but you're just going to make a new script and we're going to call it HUD Manager. Alright, so now that we have a HUD Manager script, we can come back to the HUD, go to Script, and drop the HUD Manager script into it and open that script. Alright, so since we started a new script, we have all this stuff in here. We will need Start, and we might need Update World. We don't need physics or collisions, draws, all that stuff. We do need the post render though, and make sure when you have post render in here that it does have context in it. So let's go ahead and start by getting rid of these brackets. And we're going to start at the very top. We're going to set some variables. Okay, so we know we want to have a variable size. Since it's going to be variable, so we'll make it a vector 2, because context renders in 2 dimensions. X starts in the top left corner. X counts across and Y counts down. So we want to make it a vector 2, and let's give it some default values like 100 by 25, whatever. And then we want to tap and then vector 2 and call it size. And what that does is that makes a vector 2 and calls it size. Here, I'll just show you. When we save it, see how we get the 2 boxes that we can now change the values of. Another thing we want is we want to be able to set their colors. So we're going to set a variable for background color, and then we're going to set that as a vector 4, because color stores in 4 values. Let me just finish setting it up and I'll show you. So the background, we're going to make 255, 255, 255, 255. I'll explain all that in a second as well. Once again, you want a you actually want color here. Okay? And then just, we're going to call that the background color. Okay. This 255, 255, 255, 255 is actually black, even though this shows up. What it does is it can, by giving it that color line right here, dash color, we can bring up this color wheel, or color picker, and we could choose our color. You have a red, a green, and a blue, and then I think the last value is actually saturation. But yeah, it does. So it's a red, green, blue scale. 0 is white. 255 is full color. So for like our next line, we want to add a health bar color so that when we draw the health bar, we can have some color to it. So we're going to just, once again, it's a vector. For this time, I'm going to make it default 255 in the red category, 00255. And then, once again, it's a color, and it's our health color. And now you can see we have a health color. Yes, the box shows up green. It'll actually show up red in the whenever you launch the game. Alright, so we want some other variables in here. We are going to reference the player. So we're just going to make a nil for the player. And then we're going to come down here and we're going to say self.player equals self.entity get parent. Alright, so what that does is it sets this variable script as the parent. So since we made this HUD manager pivot, the child of the player, it'll find the player as its parent. Another thing we have to do is, because we use these colors, let's also add a text color actually. And let's make that also, let's make the text color white, which would be 000255. I actually am now double thinking this, and I might have those colors backwards. It might be a white background with a black text on it. We'll see. Alright, and so now we have a text color. Yeah, it's going to be backwards. We can fix that quick. Okay. So that'll work. Okay, and then this, I'm sure this will be red. Alright. Now, what we're going to actually do in here is, because context doesn't use this style, the 0 to 255, it actually uses a 0 to 1 value. What we need to do is convert all of these to a 0 to 1 value. So we do that by saying we're just going to make a local, and all we're going to do is call it C for color. And then we're going to say self, the local C is the background color. Okay. And then we're going to call we're going to make another variable in here, and it's going to be or let's just call it BG color, and then we're going to call it F for factored. And right now at the top, I'm just going to make it nil. So then we want to say self.bgc or F background color equals C.x, because what it is it's the X value, the Y value, the Z value, and then the W value. So we want to take that and we want to divide by 255. I believe that's correct. Oh, we need to put the vec4 in front of it, and then it'll be okay. Yep, okay. So then we did that for the X value, and then we need to do it for the Y. Then we needed to do it for the Z. And lastly, we need to do it for the W value. And then we close it. Alright, so now we've converted the background color to a factored background color. And as you've probably already guessed, we have to repeat this entire process for the other two colors. So we're going to take the health bar color, and we're going to take the text color, and what we're going to do is the same exact thing. Don't forget to make these, let's just call it HB color F, and then text color F. Alright. And then all we have to do is take this HB color and put it in here, and this text color and put it in here. And then what it'll do, it'll run through and just convert all of our numbers and fill these factored values with our actual values. So then, after we've done that, I think I'm about out of time to do anything else. Let's see, anything else I can do real quick. That's all that. And then all the rest of this takes a while. Alright, I'll just cut the video and start another one.